It just goes hand in hand with the Pistons.
Yeah,
It's like
even
they're consistently making the wrong decisions, man. They're holding on to the wrong players and getting rid of the wrong players.
this episode, we're going to be talking about Detroit Pistons, the next team on our trade history podcast.
July 31st, 2013, the Pistons acquire Brandon Jennings from the Milwaukee Bucks for Brandon Knight, Khris Middleton, and some dude that I do not know how to say his name. It's pretty crazy. Yi Vyacheslav Kravtsov. We're gonna start off with the trading of the guards, right? Because you could say that this was viewed as maybe a point guard swap. It's hey, we give you Brandon Knight, you give us Brandon Jennings. Fair enough. There's a lot of memes these days. There's a personal low light on YouTube of Brandon Knight's career, missing layups, getting dunked on, whatever. If you look deeper, man, Brandon Jennings had some pretty good years at the start of his career. One year in particular for Phoenix, I want to say he hovered around, if not averaged, 20 points a
Brand,
game.
you met Brandon Knight, right?
Brandon Knight, excuse me. Yeah, Brandon Knight. He had some
He,
good games, some
okay.
good seasons. So he was no slouch in his own. He's out. In comes Brandon Jennings. Okay, you could justify that, right? Okay. Changing of the guards. But what makes this one bad is the Khris Middleton factor. Because knowing now what we know, this guy has crafted a pretty good career for himself. And I don't want to say, I don't want to just be like, oh, the Pistons are dumb. I do want to give the Bucks some credit because I do feel like some of that is the Bucks taking these guys in, molding them, and getting the best out of them. You can't just say like any team who drafted Giannis would have brought this out of him. I feel like some of it is the team development. You literally look at the Bucks; they just won the ring. Their two best players were guys that had a lot of questions on him, right? Giannis slipped in the draft. How many teams could have taken him? He was raw. He was a project. He was skinny. Look at him now, under Milwaukee, becomes the MVP. Khris Middleton was the same. This dude, at a point in his career, was getting sent to the G League. A lot of question marks. Fast forward now, the Bucks just won the title. I'm pretty sure it's between him and Drew Holiday for second best player on that finals team that just won it.
I would hands down say Middleton because when Giannis went down, Middleton had those crazy battles where he was just coming down the floor hitting a three. Then the Hawks would hit a three. Then he would come down, hit a three. He was carrying that team for a while.
The Atlanta series.
Yeah, like the last two games, Giannis was out. And then I was like, oh man, maybe the Hawks could win. But then Trey Young also had a day where he was out. So it's kind of weird. But still, like
But
both
still,
stars are out.
Middleton.
Both stars are out. Like now it's up to your next guy. And Middleton took over.
And even in the finals, there was that one game. I forget which one it was, but I remember telling you, I was like, dude, I think Khris Middleton scored the Bucks' last 10 points in that win. I forget which game that was, 4 or 5, I don't know. But
Yeah, he really turned it up after Giannis got hurt. Even when Giannis came back, he was still on fire.
to summarize, I guess, even though I went on this whole spiel, the Khris Middleton factor is what makes this trade bad because you're just like, dude, like you guys could have just held on to him. But it was like the same thing with Spencer Dinwiddie. You're like, yo, the Pistons have these diamond in the roughs early in their career, and they're just getting rid of them. Like Dinwiddie's made a good career for himself too, just like Khris Middleton. These guys started off in Detroit. So this is just goes hand in hand with the Pistons.
Yeah,
It's like
even
they're consistently making the wrong decisions, man. They're holding on to the wrong players and getting rid of the wrong players.
yeah, didn't they also have Aaron Aflalo and then they like traded him to the Nuggets?
Yeah, it was for like a second round pick.
Yeah, and then like Aflalo was like a key part of like that Nuggets with Melo, no?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just little things, you know?
Yeah, I saw that one too, but it wasn't top five worthy. But that's 100%, man. That was another one that you're like, dude, you're literally getting nothing for this. Like
Yeah.
you're if you think about it, all these trades we're pretty much mentioning right now, the Pistons are pretty much getting back like nothing, dude. Like 54 games of AI.
So
Uh
it turns out I did have another trade. I
yeah.
had one in the bag. It wasn't that great, but Aaron Aflalo.